can see, I'm not pregnant anymore. I had the baby, and as the title says, we're gonna talk about today about my labor and delivery um, experience, and also about Dominic's birth. And I'll be putting some footage of his um, birth and some good stuff there. But I know I haven't been blogging often, or I have not been updating you guys on anything, and that's because he was born 2 months ago. He was born on July 14th, and as the first-time mom, first-time parents, it has been a little bit difficult at the beginning because I wasn't used to him, he wasn't used to me, and now that he's a little bit older, it gives me a little bit more time to do things I need to do. And now that I have a little bit of free time, I can blog and share more moments with you guys. So yeah, I know I didn't put this in a different video I was supposed to upload, like before I gave birth, where it explains how was my pregnancy, but the last weeks of my pregnancy were a little bit rough. As you guys saw in the last video I did put, was I was nesting and then giving birth, like I think a couple weeks after, or 2 weeks. I gave birth to him when I was 36 weeks and 6 days, so he was late preemie, but not really preemie. He was 5 pounds, 9 ounces, and he was 18 inches long. And he was born on July 14 of 2019, which is this year. And he was born at 5:36 in the morning. So my last weeks were really difficult. I had a good pregnancy, don't get me wrong. I did have a good pregnancy, but my last weeks were a bit difficult because I was having contractions on and off. And I did get dilated until like 4.5. So me and Kyle would go a lot to the hospital, and we even brought my mom over like 2 times so she could be part, because she wanted to be in the room with us when I gave birth to the baby. But she didn't get to be there. I did get to have Kyle, of course, and his godmother in there by the time I did have the baby. But the last weeks were hard, so when he came, it was a big surprise, and it was unexpected. So how everything happened was that, let's go back to when I was 36 weeks. No, way before 36. I believe I started having contractions when I was 32. And by then I had already dilated 1 centimeter. And I will, like I mentioned, I will go to the hospital a lot, and they will send me back. There were times where I did stay in the hospital for a day because my contractions, but they said that was a false alarm, so we went back home, and that was the first time that my mom flew all the way over here. The second time, trust me, I tried everything. I tried remedies, we tried walking, we tried everything, and it was just exhausting for me. It was just really painful because I started to have a lot of pressure down there in my lower back, and it was just like I tried everything, like even the midwife screw, and it did give me contractions, but it didn't help me. It didn't even put me into labor. So on July 13, I already had decided, since the doctors will see me at the hospital, they will tell me to relax, let my body do the work, because the baby was ready to come. He wanted to come already, but it was just my body that wasn't getting the signal, like, it's time for the baby to come. So I just needed to relax, and that's what I did. On July 13, I remember that the night we ordered Wingstop and we were eating, and I just felt tired. I drank this tea that is the raspberry leaf tea. I drank it in the night, and I told Kyle, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. That's like so weird for me to go to sleep early, even though I was pregnant. So I did go into sleep. I woke up couple times with contractions. Didn't make it a big deal because I already had contractions throughout my whole pregnancy. So I wasn't gonna wake him up so we can go to the hospital because I was gonna get sent back. So I just continued. I already had plans to go and get my nails done and get a haircut. because I wanted to receive the baby, looking cute. So yeah, I we woke up. He took me to his mom's. He went to work. I kept having contractions. Like I said, I didn't make it a big of a deal. When I got there, I did ask one of his brothers if he could go with me to get my nails done, and because his mom wasn't there. So I remember like I had a strong contraction, and he was just like, "Oh my gosh, like, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just a contraction. Just like let me breathe." So I ended up going by myself to get my nails done. Throughout the whole process of getting my nails and my feet done, I was having contractions, like contractions. But I didn't want to call and go to the hospital, not, and come back. So I just sucked them up. My feet were getting swollen that day too, like really swollen, like ankle swollen. And I remember that we went home. No, I went back home after I got my hair done, which I was also contracting when I had it done, and I told him that I was contracting, and I remember that the Chinese lady that was doing my nails was like, "Oh, no, don't give birth here." She was panicking too. When I went to get my hair done, I just kept closing my eyes and squeezing my hands and trying to just talk them out through. And I honestly, at the time that they just kept coming and going, I tried to time them, but I never gone through this. This was like, even though I did have Mateo and I went through labor, I honestly wasn't prepared for all this. This was actually everything new to me. And he woke up. Okay, so this is Dominic. I wanted to I wanted to do a video of an intro of him, but he woke up and he was starting to cry, so he's gonna be part of this video now. So everybody, meet Dominic. Say hi. I'm chubby. So anyways, as I was saying, I never really tracked my contractions because I didn't know how to, even though I had the app to do it, and I really didn't. Me and my fiance tried when I thought like I was gonna go into labor, and false alarms, we didn't. So, which I didn't want to do it no more. So, when I finished getting my stuff done, I went back home, and I remember that I went back to the apartment, and his mom was already there. She was making some bombas enchiladas that she always makes, like, And after that, I went to take a shower. I asked her if I could shower because I was like, I already had gotten my hair cut. And I know I had hairs, like little hairs, so I just wanted to feel clean. So I told her I was contracting. She told me several times if I wanted to ask one of her sisters to take me, which I said no. I didn't want to have to panic anybody, and just, because it did happen a couple times. A couple of his aunts took me, and it was false alarm, so I didn't want to alarm nobody. And I ate. I took a shower. I ate, and I told Kyle, you know what? I actually called my OBGYN and I explained to her, and she said to go to the hospital. I thought my water had broke too because I kept having a lot of discharge, which I think was more likely to be the mucus plug coming up. But I thought it was my water, so I called and told me to go, and I told him. I told his mom that I already had called my boyfriend, it's Kyle, and after that he came out from work early, and he took me, and they did everything to check. They did notice I was having contractions more closely, so it was weird because this time usually they keep me there for like a couple hours. This one they only kept me one. They did the ultrasound, and the doctor that delivered Mateo also saw me for this one. So she was like, "Oh no, you're fine. Just relax. Take Benadryl. I know you want to have this baby already, but." And I was like, "Yeah, I do. Like, it hurts. Lady, I've been having contractions for 3 damn weeks in a row, and like I haven't been able to sleep or and then my sciatic nerve was killing me. But it all was worth it. So we went home. I wanted to stay. I swear, I was crying. I wanted to. I wasn't crying. I was just looking at the nurse like I was so mad. But I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go take Benadryl, enjoy. I still needed to go and get some things done the next day. So we went home. We stopped by this food truck because he asked me if I was hungry, which I was like, duh, I was hungry. When I was pregnant, I would eat a lot. So we went to this food truck that is close to where we live. It was like already 11 something. No, 11. It was like 10. I only stayed in the hospital for 1 hour. So, and this was July 13 again. And then we ate. I lost my debit card, and I was looking for it to buy some snacks. I was craving. And I remember I told Kyle, he was like, oh my gosh, we have like money in the account, anybody can steal it. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Probably I left it where I went to get my haircut done. They'll save it. I'm pretty sure they'll save it, and I'll go pick it up tomorrow. So he was kind of annoyed because I did lose it, and not really annoyed. He was mostly worried. So he paid for the snacks, and we ate, and we went home. He was acting like, well, he wasn't acting, but he was frustrated, and I was eating my snack. I had already like finished the food. What? You want to tell us your version of your story? So anyways, so yeah, that happened, and I was laying down in bed and Kyle was playing his game. We were getting ready to also go to sleep, and I just told him many times that, it keeps hurting. And I did take Benadryl. I remember I asked him how much to take. I did take Benadryl. And all of a sudden, all I remember I heard was like something just popped. And I was like, what the heck? And I just looked at him. I was like, babe, I think my water just broke. And he was like, you're lying. And he thought I was lying because when my mom was here and we went for a walk, I thought my water had broke, but I was cracking up so much that I actually pee a little. And though I know y'all's gonna say, ew, she's nasty, she's old, how could she pee? But when you have a baby in you, the size of a watermelon, and it's heavy, and there's pressure in your bladder, of course you're gonna pee a little even when you sneeze. Like, that's something pregnant people do. So he thought I was joking, that I was and I remember just felt a gush of water coming down there, and I was like, oh hell no. And I told him, and I opened my leg, and a gush of water was just coming out. He's like, oh shit. I started crying and panicking. I kept saying, I'm not ready. I wasn't ready because I wasn't ready. And I remember I was telling him to call everybody. And he called his mom, he called my mom. And I remember after that, I was just panicking. He tried to put my clothes back on because I told him I needed to go pee. And he tried to put my underwear back on, but the underwear had mucusy plug thingy, liquidish white Vernix. Vernix is what the babies are coated in inside the womb to keep them warm. So when my water broke, it had that in my underwear. And I don't know how we got everything, but we got everything in the car. We were both panicking and shaking. And it was already 11 by the time. And I remember we were driving, and I was just like, oh my gosh, no. I was scared. It's actually happening. So after that, we got to the hospital. We had to go through the ER because they already had closed the front doors. And I remember he parked the car and he went to get this wheelchair, and I was walking if I pooped my pants, super slow. But by then the contractions had kicked worse. They came with full strength. Damn. Yes. And he was pushing because I can feel him I have a lot of pressure down there. I felt like I needed to go poop. And I remember I went, we kept walking and this lady was passing and she's like, oh my gosh, I need help. And I was like, don't touch me. But then at the same time, I was like, you know what, I do need help. I'm not gonna be a brat. So she was helping me. She's like, oh, you're gonna have a baby. I'm like, yeah. Get me in the fucking wheelchair. Like, I'm in pain. So after that, they got me in a wheelchair. They took me to labor and delivery. I was just like, every time I had a contraction, I was like, these contractions were already 5 minutes apart. And after that, I was just like, oh my gosh, we got there. They make me sign things. I was like, I can't. I seriously can't. Like, I need to poop. So Kyle signed some things, and then after that, they put me in a room, and I think she checked my cervix, and she's like, oh yeah, her water broke. So I told her, I need to go poop. Let me go pee. I need to go poop. She was like, honey, that's not poop, that's your baby. I was like, no, it hurts, like I need to go poop. So they let me go to the bathroom. And usually they don't let you go because you can actually have the baby in the like toilet, and they don't want that. So I couldn't. It was just a baby putting pressure, and I felt like I needed to poop. So after that, I was crying. I was so annoyed because the nurses, even though they were so sweet at the time, I felt like, you know, when they tell you the commercial, like you're not feeling yourself, and after they give you the commercial, after they give you the sneaker, you're like, you go back to yourself. So that happened to me. I wasn't feeling myself with all these contractions, and after they gave me my sneaker, which was epidural, it was everything went back to normal. I felt like, yeah. I yelled at Kyle. I did yell at him like to shut up because I felt so mad. The fact like he was just like not doing anything, like, and then his godmother was coming and talking to me, and I was like, don't talk, like just don't talk. I just felt so mad at the world at the time. I was in pain, and the doctor came in and she was like, yeah, you're gonna have the baby today. And so at 12 I got the epidural. I was already 7 centimeters, 6 centimeters, I think, dilated. So I got the epidural. I tried to go to sleep. They popped my veins, you guys. You know how they try to do your IV thingy I had to get an IV to be able to get the epidural because they were gonna put some other stuff in there. They popped my veins. Like I had a big old bruise right here. They popped my vein over here. I ended up getting it right here in my hand. I was getting so mad because I was in pain, and they were just poking me, but they got it. And by 5 I think, the sweet nurse came in and she's like, oh, we're gonna do pushing practice. So we got to the pushing thingy. She was helping me, practicing how to. He was ready to come out. Like his head was like, Kyle was like, oh, and he was ready. And he's like, oh my gosh, he has hair. And I was like, he has hair. So that means like my heartburn actually was worth it because I was dying with heartburn. Like I would cry. I would literally like also sleep sitting down because my heartburn was like, yes, boy, my heartburn was all full strength. Yes. Can you tell us? So anyways, that happened, and by 5:30 I was pushing already, and I did poop. Like it was embarrassing. Nobody wanted to tell me I pooped. When I saw the videos of my birth, I pooped, and I'm not gonna be showing the part, but I pooped. And I think it happens, either you poop or you pee or you throw up. This time I didn't throw up, I just pooped a little bit. TMI. After that, I had him. He came out. I remember I felt a lot of pressure, and they just told me, push. If you want to push, push. So he came out. He was crying. I cried. I looked at Kyle. He wanted to cry, but he didn't cry. He was crying a lot. He was so tiny. I was like, oh my god. He was so tiny, so hairy. He looked like a little monkey. And it was just like a bit painful, but overall everything was beautiful. Like it was worth it. Um, once I think I only pushed like actual pushing. I only pushed like 4 times and he was out. So it was like a really quick labor and delivery. Although I wasn't like contracting for those 3 weeks in a row and not dilating enough for them to keep me and to help me, and more because he was a 36-week baby, preemie, late preemie. Um, so I gave birth to him on July 14 at 5:36. He came to the world, and he was the most beautiful. He's still the most beautiful baby. Like I look at him and I think about Mateo, and I wonder, like, Mateo has this little butt chin thingy like his dad. He doesn't have it, but he does kind of look like his dad. It's just he has my skin color. He has my dimples too. But that happened, and then after that they put him in his thing. They make sure everything. They make sure everything was good. We did the golden hour where they put him in my chest. Nobody disturbs us. My mom got there. His family got there. It was good. I tried breastfeeding, but I wasn't producing enough milk, so and then he was kind of a little bit of jello, so then the doctors just kind of make me give him formula. We were there for like 3 days, and it was the most beautiful experience. I felt so relieved after, because for the first pregnancy, I know that I had the baby and that was it. I never took a baby home. It was just me and Kyle who went back home. This time, we were so nervous. We were like, oh my gosh, you know, because as a new parent, you're like, to me, we felt like everything we had to do had to be careful. We all said we were gonna do all these rules, but at the same time, some of those rules got broken that we just asked them to respect. Nobody really went to see me in the hospital, which was good, and because I wanted to relax. I know after I had him, I did not sleep again, and I'm starting to get back my sleep, but it wasn't like I got my sleep like before. And when you're pregnant, they tell you to sleep before you have the baby, because once you have the baby, you don't sleep. Well, it's all BS, because when you're pregnant, the last trimester, you don't sleep. So, and when you have the baby, you don't sleep. So, that was my labor and delivery birth story. I will put some footages right there. I hope you guys liked it. And you wanna say bye? Oh yeah, next video I'll put getting to know Dominic, because I know a lot of you guys voted for. I put either birth vlog or the getting to know my baby. Next vlog for sure will be getting to know my baby. Also, his baptism is coming soon for sure. I will be vlogging that, and we'll be having more stuff coming up. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below, and turn on your little bell so you guys can get notification of when I post a new video. And now that this chipmunk is born, there will be more videos. So thanks for watching, guys. Say bye.
Mm-hmm.
That's a video?
Hmm?
Or is it picture or video?
goody.
Hi, baby. I'm about to push you.
Yeah.
And I keep farting because it's embarrassing.
It's normal.
So each. What time is it?
5:18.
Mateo was born at 6:20. No, 6:30.
In the evening?
She says she feels like pushing.
I just farted again.
Good. Well, that's a silly thing to say good too. That means he's putting more pressure because he's coming down more. Okay. What I want us to do, I want us to try to practice push. Based on how well you're pushing, we might hold off for a couple minutes. Otherwise, we'll just keep going. So we have to wait for Dr. Zakin to be available. I can't, as much as I'd like to. Thank you. Yes! We're getting close. I'm gonna meet him so soon. Yes, we'll unbutton your gown, we'll stick it right on you. What's that? Flashing everybody? Don't worry, that is the furthest thing from what anyone is thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll get the little stirrups ready for you. And I'll help you position your feet, so I'm gonna put you home. You have a little more movement in this one, would you say, than the other leg? Okay.
I got pimples.
One of the fun perks of pregnancy. So you want to think about keeping your hips open the best you can. Oh, you're so numb. I'm going to leave you with your sheet, and I'm going to take the blanket away. That way you'll still have some privacy here.
I don't want to traumatize you either.
Don't even worry. Here's how you got into this. Quite literally. Okay, my dear. I'm gonna need two help. Well, one helper right now. You can stay where you are. Practice push. Do you want to push up this one? Okay. It's okay. So bring your legs back towards you. Reach underneath. Good. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull that breath out. Another deep breath. And push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Blow that out.
Great.
Deep breath. One more. And push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Now we're just going to put the legs back and you just rest and breathe. I'm going to cover you up. And how does that feel?
I see his head.
Is it hairy?
You saw his head?
Yeah, I see his head.
Next time you
No,
can
I
sneak
can't
up and look.
because
You can come look at the next one. You can see.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Good job. That was a great first
Yeah,
push.
he's tiny.
No, he's wonderful. We're just gonna hang on to this here. He is.
Probably less than 6 pounds.
I think so.
5.5, 5.
Show off.
Look at right there.
I couldn't believe that baby stayed to come today.
I know, my goodness, he knew.
I know, that's
I
okay.
came on Sunday and like I checked like what's she
Send her a
been before
picture
because I
via
know like
text.
she's been forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like 4 centimeters was discharged.
Mm-hmm. And
And
came right back a
she
couple
came-
hours
no,
later.
Coming
like
in the
no,
room?
like last week.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Yeah.
then
Because
just
I
stay
know
here.
her. I know her since 2016.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, right. Since 2016.
Yes.